Hey folks, Quillington here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 3 as the US of A! Yeah! One of the things that we did is I did put automatic trade on, because I find trade to be sort of tedious to micromanage, but one of the things that is worth noting is that, as is, we're doing a lot of trade with Japan. And that's one of the things I would very much like to see in, like, Hearts of Iron 4. Is something like automatic trade, yes, but where I can, like, sort of mark some people as do not trade with these guys, right? Like, I would prefer to starve out Japan, you know. But we're gonna take the easy route and not do it, and we're trading with people for now up until the war starts. We might be able to do some embargoes later on. I don't remember if that's something we actually choose from here, but yeah, there's an explicit embargo that we can do to these countries. I don't think we can do it right now because of our neutrality, but it's something to consider. Anyway, what are you complaining about? You're complaining because we got one research that's a little too far ahead, but I'm okay with that, with the battleship armor being a little far ahead, because we want that done before we finish any more battleships. Right now, all we're building is more industrial capacity, basically. And that's it. I'm going to go up to speed 5. There's not going to be a whole lot of stuff going on now. Great peace demonstration. We get more ruling party support. We lose a little bit of unity, but it's not the end of the world. We can have our spies try to increase our national unity a wee bit if it becomes an issue. And there are certain laws that you do need, I think, 80% national unity to pass. But we're not going to be anywhere close to being able to do that right now, so... Oh, Norway wants a production license. They want to be able to build some Douglas A-24s, and they'll give us some money for that. That sounds fine. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and put one tick and raise national unity. Mostly we'll do counter-espionage, but we'll do a little bit of that. Our spy number is going up, unless we want to send some spies somewhere else, like the Soviet Union or something. I think it makes sense to bring down our espionage investment, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down to around a 2. And again, we'll just keep an eye on this. If this continues to grow, I will bring it down a little bit further and keep going that way. Looks like we need to queue up some new technologies. Probably we'll get started on some of our doctrines, just so that it's got it there. Cruiser warfare, battle cruisers, so CA I think is both light and heavy cruisers, and then BC's is battle cruisers, which are down here. Hope I'm not getting heavy cruisers as battle cruisers. I think battle cruisers are like between heavy cruisers and battleships. I don't think we're planning on making any use of those. A lot of land doctrines to pick up as well. Anything here is like anti-submarine. I don't know which one of these we might want to prioritize. I don't know if it matters for actual priority. So I'll just pick up some of the cheap stuff. Oh, spotting. You know what? We want to be able to spot. So this is destroyers and light cruisers get better surface detection. Seems like a pretty good idea. Wow, why so rough here for the naval basing? Anyway, we'll just queue one up just to get rid of that penalty. I mean, it's not bad to like over queue your tech tree, but I want to be able to respond a little bit more. Italy has puppeted Ethiopia. Of course, Italy starts the game at war with Ethiopia and gets the chance to annex, the choice to annex or puppet. So the number of our officers should decay a little bit here because we're not building any, and I think there's a little bit of attrition to it, but it actually won't change that much because we're currently not building any troops. Okay, the spy count popped up to 46, then dropped down to 43. So far, pretty stable. The our diplomacy pool will change a bit here and there because the automatic trade that gets started. So, embargo. Yeah, okay. So it's a threat difference. So we can't embargo people yet, but we'll make use of that at some point. For now, we're just gonna sit tight and let industry finish. It's very exciting, I know. No troops to move around. There's probably some diplomacy things I can do here and there, but I'm not sure. We could align ourselves toward the Axis, but I'm pretty sure we're pretty Axis aligned. Where are we? Is that us or is that Liberia? There's USA, and automatically drifting towards the axis, so we don't have to align ourselves. More research is possible. I think we just finished a one-shot research is what happened. We are going to want, like, basically all the fighter and strategic bomber stuff. That's going to be pretty big. So let's go ahead and... Here, queue up, yeah, a little bit of this and that, here and there. France, popular front, cavalry, 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 infantry. The cavalry is there, again, because we want to unlock motorized infantry. And all we need is small arms to finish at this point, so we can DQ some of that, which is fine. And then we can in-queue something else, because we've got a bit of a demand for it. Landing crafts will want at some point, but not now. Right, industry is still there. At this point, you know what? It's about halfway through the year. It's going to be fine to turn on the industrial production and efficiency. It'll tell us it's a little bit inefficient, but it's not too bad. And is that the cavalry one that I wanted? Oh, yeah, but we need another level. Start out really far behind. Lots of techs finishing simultaneously. Okay, and probably a lot of them are inefficient. 2 years ahead. Yeah, it's only about a year and a half ahead, though. I think I'm going to stick with it. It's going to be fine. We get Republic in Spain. The Spanish Civil War is not broken out yet. Aircraft carrier armor advances. Groovy. All's quiet in ERP. Okay. Okay, that's the tank upgrades. Let's take a look at them. Do we have... I think everything we need to get the medium tank brigade? Oh, no. We have to get up one more level. Oh, that just brought up to level 1. Gotta get to level 2. Okay, queue you back up. At least you're not ahead of time or anything. Artillery. Or I'm seeing fuel tanks, and I'm thinking tanks. Engineer brigade has been unlocked. We got a rogue politician. Lose a point of unity. And then get negative leadership. I don't like that. Or gain dissent. We'll gain dissent. We can go and burn it off pretty quick with some civilian goods. That's going to be perfectly fine. More air doctrines. So, I mean, I don't want to queue other buildings up right now anyway. I want to let the industrial capacity finish. But I wonder, like, should I be doing anything over here? Again, I'm worried about, like, Japan not declaring war, which would be really awkward, but... Basic bomb, yay, games of the Olympiad. Oh, you know what I need to start building, like, today? Are rocket test sites. Because we're going to want to do that sort of thing. I'm going to start building them in Salt Lake City. Just because. I'm going to cap out the queue over here. I think they do take a very long time to build, though. But I'm going to start building rocket test sites in Salt Lake City today. And that is, yeah, still way too far ahead. Way too far ahead, and I don't know if we need the theory. I mean... By researching this, it'll make other research a little easier, but generally speaking, researching theory is considered to be weak, but I don't know if it changes when you're talking about nukes or not. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, what else am I going to be worried about? Ooh, there we go, Spanish Civil War. I will want to do, I think, a little bit of work on infrastructure, just because we actually don't have a really good highway to bring infrastructure to the West Coast. I don't know naval supply rules. I don't know if it gets supplied directly out of those ports, or it has to flow to this port and then connect to another one or not. But yeah, what I'm thinking of, I don't have to prioritize it quite yet. I'll work on the infrastructure or the industrial capacity first, but is building a nice highway from the east to the west, because most of the time your goods will flow to your capital. Ireland wants a production license, sure. Mexico wants a production license, absolutely, buddies. Ireland, you're gonna be neutral. What do you even need to build anything for? I don't know. Alright, all these warnings are about to go away, because we are 3 months from the new year. Production still good. We're about 2/3 of the way to our first dose of new industrial capacity, which is pretty good. And then once those laws change, we will really start to produce a lot of stuff. Again, I'm mostly going to be concerned about overall manpower. We're going to be able to build all the, guns we need. Will we have enough people? Plus 5% leadership, that's great. I suspect that education... Oh, it's still not that far ahead. Actually, that's fine. And also queue up agriculture at this point. And all of these, because I want all of those. Again, slightly too far ahead of time, but not much. It's not going to matter, because I don't think you take a penalty to how many research points you invest in the tech. I think just the total number of research points goes up. And so, as long as, you're going to cross a year boundary, that will change pretty dramatically, and I think it gets better at that point. That's not too bad. Okay. I'm going to wait until January, and then if there's anything still too far ahead at that point, then I'll take it out the list. Yay, small arms. Those are my infantry upgrades. We got an election. Okay, Roosevelt still in the head there. Do we want to modify anything else? I don't think so. I think everything's still there. Oh, no. It did change a bit because I think J. Edgar Hoover replaced my naval intelligence guy. And I'm back to susceptibility of the Axis. Whatever. I don't care that much. It's annoying. If the ruling party didn't change, why are you changing my ministers? Alright, how's our threat looking? Oh, we're paused right now as well. Highest threat. Alright, Germany, 0.9. They haven't done anything yet either, so we are successfully raising threat with our spies. Our espionage count, our spy count is relatively stable, maybe dipping down a little bit, but it doesn't look like we have to worry about them for a while. Okay, more tech. There you go, that'll all go away in January, which is fine. I may not be researching things in the best order, I have no idea. Watch me screw this up badly enough that Germany comes and invades the US. That would be bad. Germany from one side, Japan from the other. And I just lose. Alright, so again, January 1st. Okay, everything's gone away, which is good. We're not researching anything too horribly inefficiently. Probably our research order is stupid in some fashion, but... that was a tank upgrade. Yeah, we don't need to go up to 38 unless we want to get the self-propelled artillery. And we may, because it is really good. We'll hold off for now. There we go, more light tank stuff. Oh, and there's the next level as well. Start researching medium tanks. Medium tanks tend to be really, really kind of in the sweet spot in terms of strength. If I'm going to research these, I will wait until maybe actually 38 to get rid of any sort of penalty whatsoever to research. That's probably fine. We are going to want a bunch of doctrines. Movement and reducing the delay between attacks is particularly good. We can queue that up now. We'll probably want all the doctrines at some point, but we're not going to do any land combat yet. Okay, industrial capacity. Great. We're going to start building that up just somewhere. Where are we? Omaha. Congratulations, Omaha. Oops. Tabbed out accidentally. We are going to max out your industrial capacity. In fact, we've already done that. Des Moines! You're next. There we go. Doesn't change your industrial capacity instantly because it comes in damaged. Just needs to be repaired or installed or something. But then we should see these numbers. There we go. Tick up, tick up, tick up. Actually, some of these numbers may also be from just the factories that I queued directly. But we are indeed getting some more industrial capacity. Right now, we still have the 50% penalty, though. Which is, a little bit painful, but not too bad. And we still have lots of things queued up serially. Major work strike. Oh. Alright, so major work strike is the same either way. This one just has a 50-50 chance of happening, but if it does, we also lose some unity. Here, I'll take the daily descent change. I don't think it's a real problem. We're just going to make a few more consumer goods and fight that off. I don't want to invest any more spy stuff than I'm already doing to try to balance off the the national unity change. Spy count is mostly stable, which is good. How's our threat parameter? 1.3 with Germany. All right. Can't lower our neutrality, but we can at least increase the threat of the Axis leader. We're also doing Japan at the same time. I know that there's a modifier because of, like, ocean distance in terms of making that threat grow. I saw one guide somewhere that says, you know what you should do? Raise threat on Canada. Because they're close, so it's easier to raise threat, and it'll be easier to supersede your neutrality. Although I think that had more to do when you could lower your own neutrality still. Cavalry small arms, is it where we want it? Indeed it is, which means now we can start working on motorized infantry unlock. Nice. So motorized infantry is just infantry that have trucks. Sure. And then later on we'll get the mechanized infantry, which is like quasi-tanks that the infantry are going around in. Bomber targeting, fighter targeting, yep. So we're going to want all those things. And it's still not ahead of time, so I may as well leave it in the queue. Those are pretty good. Oh no, the humanity. Pretty good doctrines for us to have. We do want to make sure to check on any of the ones that help our research. Yeah, it's a little too early still for mechanical computing. But very soon I'm going to queue that bad boy up. Very soon. We still have education in the queue. You're back in there, which is fine. Alright. And then production is still currently all being industrial capacity. Actually, we're starting to work on some of these ships. Interesting. I wonder should I queue up more industrial capacity. Not right now. Well, see, I say that. I'm like, I don't know. What about, this Chicago? What if we... Oh, you're already capped out. Nice. Detroit? Let's go ahead and increase the industrial capacity in Detroit. Just add an extra Q in there. That'll be fine. Artillery carriage. All right. Pittsburgh. Here, we'll queue up fully there too, and we'll move you guys to the top. We don't need the ships quite yet. Hey, industrial production advances. We get bonus to IC. We already had a 10%. This just replaces it. You don't get an additional 12%. It just improves it a bit. And we get more efficiency, which I believe means we'll use less resources to do it. Now, I'm going to take the efficiency one out of the queue because we do have, I believe, like, unlimited amounts of stuff. We don't need to be better at converting it. We just have to, like, use it harder, use it more. Just for the same reason, I'm not really worried about... anything that improves the amount of resources we get. We could potentially want to improve oil refining so we get more fuel, but I think we're actually okay. A supply production boost is nice, though, because then we can use less industrial capacity to build supplies, and we can have more of it going to actually producing goods. So we'll get that going. Great War Demonstration. Plus 2% ruling party support. Okay. And... spotting is inefficient. I will leave the supply production, or not supply production, industrial production in the queue. I don't think that's too far away. Amelia Earhart, no! Oh, it is actually a 1940s tech. That is a little bit more advanced than I thought. Espionage, still stable. Diplomacy, we are more than good at. We could probably even bring it down a bit, but that's okay. Let's just, there we go. Well... more naval stuff. Some of these need levels. Escort convoy efficiency looks really good. So we do need to get destroyer escort role and battle fleet concentration doctrine to level 3 to unlock that. That's quite far. Well, not that far. Let's go ahead and get started on that. That's fine. What is carrier task force? I like the idea. CAG duty efficiency plus 5%. Yeah. These are 2 years ahead, but we're already halfway through 37. I don't think it'll kill us if we queue both of those up. That'll be fine. Okay. Japan has been accepted into the Axis. That sounds sketchy. Ah, Japan is now our highest threat at 14.9. Nationalist Spain has annexed Republican Spain. That is the historical result. So fascists are in control of Spain. However, they will not join the Axis unless the Axis control Gibraltar. So assuming Gibraltar doesn't fall, Nationalist Spain will not get involved in World War II. The USS Enterprise, which is a carrier. Yes? I mean, it must be. I think I'm going to deploy it on the west coast. Because we do have carriers on the east, do we not? We do. We have the USS Ranger. Might not be a terribly modern one. 37 with 1918 armor. Tell you what. No, we got to put you on the west coast. And I'll deploy you over here. Just like everything else. Okay. And I still haven't messed around with any of my theaters or anything. Just because, again, right now I don't have that much stuff. I don't need to be patrolling the sea at this time. It's not worth using the fuel. Okay, lots of light cruiser upgrades. Battleship armor is 3 years ahead. Is it back in the queue? Oh, there it is. It is, but no research is put in yet. And then the light cruiser stuff is also 3 years ahead. Oh, Panama, sure. 38 is fine. I could work on heavy cruiser stuff. Again, I think armament and anti-air gets upgraded, but not the engine and armor. God, I should really... it doesn't say anywhere in-game, as far as I can tell, which is very annoying. Let's say I click here. I click on carrier, the Saratoga. Like, I can see what it's got. Okay, I'm thinking the golden one here is what can be upgraded. So anti-aircraft armament can be upgraded, but the engine, armor, and hangar cannot. What about on a cruiser? Anti-aircraft, warfare crew training, radar. But your armaments, I don't think the armaments can be changed after the fact. Okay, that's important to know. So again, if I'm going to be doing any armament stuff, it should be researched as early as possible. Same thing with the armor. And the armor's 3 years ahead. That might be a little too aggro. So all the anti-aircraft stuff we can wait a little bit longer. I don't think I'm going to build any more heavy cruisers after this. It'll be battleships, carriers. Again, the anti-aircraft we could take out of the queue. Not that it's that far ahead, but what the hell. You're good here. We've got that going on here and that, which I'm totally good with. This, which is all fine. That. Be a little early for that. Oh, let's go and unlock just some of these guys. They're all going to have to be researched at some point. So, especially the 36 ones. Anything 37 and earlier, we'll go ahead and queue it up now. Marines will definitely need. I want all of them, so, but there's no reason to research them ahead of time. So there we go. Okay, good. Yeah, that's not too bad, though. Medium tank brigades have been unlocked. Agriculture has been advanced. Awesome. Agriculture, the next level is a little too far ahead. We'll DQU. I will go and get these tank upgrades started. Got a lot of work to do on those. Netherlands, sure. Poor Netherlands. You don't know what's coming. Autosave. Spy count has dipped a tiny bit, but it's still mostly stable, which I'm good at. Diplomacy pool is going up maybe a little faster than we need to worry about, especially since it's not the same criticality. If we just trade a little less, it's not too bad. I'm going to bring you down to like 0.5-ish. There. Yeah! What the? I didn't drag that. That was weird. Right click. There we go. Espionage, yes, I'm good with. It probably brought down a teeny scooch, but no, then it would just dip down to 0, and at some point we wouldn't have any spies out. Alright, I'm pretty good with this. How's the threat? 15.1 with Japan. Actually, 16.1. Did I misread it, or did it just go up a notch? Japan just annexed someone, so that's probably exactly what happened. It went up a little bit because of that. Alright, aircraft, engine, put it there. Okay. We do have some destroyers in the queue. And I'm going to leave them there because they've got some production put in there. I don't know, like, do the destroyers get their technology when you queue them up or when they finish? In which case, we might be able to sneak in a destroyer set of upgrades. That might not be a terrible idea. I don't know. Well, I guess we won't bother. So yeah, we're hitting our cap on most of the resources here. And we've got tons of money. Like, US just has crazy amounts of stuff. Suspect the... Oh, aircraft hangar is the only one that's way too far ahead. Actually, the year's about to pop. We may want to keep the 1940 techs in the queue again for the ships. The ships, I really think, if you're going to build them, getting ahead is not bad. But that might be a little too aggressive. I'm going to queue up the mechanical machines. It's at the bottom, so it's not being worked in right now anyway. Agriculture will throw you in there as well, because we're about to flip the year. Battleship engines advanced. And yeah, I'll take out the engines. And we can deploy... Ah! The Enterprise CAGs. So I think for this, because I can't just click there, but if I do this, and then I find the Enterprise, wherever the hell it is. USS Enterprise. They've got their CAG assigned, so that's good. Alright. And I think you can have, what, like 4 air squadrons? I'm actually not sure what the capacity is. Does it say it somewhere? Carrier CAG size, 2. Okay. Probably with hangar upgrades they can get more or something. I don't know. Infantry support weapons, interception tactics. We can go and slow these down a bit. That's fine. We can get started on the assault weapons and bridging equipment for the engineer brigades. I think the engineers are going to be quite important for... I think you use them in naval invasions, and I think they help for that. I'm not sure, though. Bunch more IC, which I can spread around. I mean, I kind of like putting them in places where you've got the anti-air. It'll be fine for now. What the heck? But I don't think we really are going to get strategically bombarded that much, so I don't think it matters that we do that carefully. It's not like we're playing as Germany or the UK where it makes a bigger difference. I think. I think we're mostly worried about losing national unity from having our convoy sunk. And one of the things we can do before the war kicks in, we can pre-build a lot more transports and escorts. Although right now we have a decent amount of pool kicking around. So I'm not too terribly concerned. Enterprise. Do that. Aircraft carrier armor advance. Okay, it's now January. I don't think we need to be crazy aggressive on our infantry tech. It's now 38, so let's get our desert warfare equipment. While we're not ahead of time, that's fine. I don't care about the security equipment. Tanks are still coming along well. In fact, they're still behind the times, and that's fine. These guys are at the right tech level. We'll go ahead and unlock the rocket artillery now. I think these improve... Actually, I guess they don't improve rocket artillery. How do you unlock the self-propelled rocket artillery? Because that's just self-propelled artillery, and that's rocket artillery. I don't remember how you unlock the combo. I might have to just unlock both, and then that opens up. I'm not sure. Okay. First aid advances, combat medicine. Not too far ahead. Production is improving. Still haven't worked on those test sites. Let me bring it up to the top. So it eats 30 IC per day? Oh, wow, that is really, 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 really expensive. Okay, let me put you back down to the bottom, or at least at the bottom of the industrial capacity. I want to make sure you're not squeezing out IC production. God damn, that is ridiculously, insanely expensive. Oh, Japan. Chinese coast. That threat. We still have our spies out there. Yeah, one just died in Germany, but we'll put one more out. Yeah, I'm okay with all that. There we go. Mountain infantry, education advances, more research possible. Because we finished the mountain infantry. Commander support, air forward, introduction. Oh, Navy stuff. Yeah, that's going to be good. I don't know about port strike. Honestly, though, let's get all these things. It's going to be okay. So that our planes can strike at ships more effectively. That's going to be a really big deal for our close air, or our combat air groups. Anschluss of Austria! Okay, is Japan still the biggest threat? They are. They is. Mountain warfare, marine infantry, Arctic warfare. I'm going to say in any second now, we'll probably won't have enough stuff in the queue. But no, I guess I queued up enough stuff. All right. Ooh, free spies have gone down a bit. They might be getting better at counter-espionage. I'm going to bring up my... I clearly clicked here. I don't remember where I was and where I want to be. Was that like 2 and I was going to bring it up to 3? I don't know. We'll lock it here for a second, see how it goes. Belgium, sure. You can try to produce something desperately to defend yourself with, but I don't think it'll help. I'm okay with education being that far ahead. And actually... don't I want to queue up... okay, the mechanical computing is queued up. Good. I will want another level of this stuff, so what the hell? Let's queue it up now. Well, industrial capacity. I think we've built about maybe like 50 more just base IC so far. I'm not sure, though. Capital ship main arguments, and the USS Yorktown is done. All right, let's deploy one more... carrier over on the east and put you there. Hopefully that's not a mistake. I don't know. Oh, no, these are fine. Yeah, those are all okay. Denmark is mobilizing. Denmark's probably about to be eaten. That is some planes for the Yorktown. And then the next one should come up soon, too. Right now, we're still just slightly more need than we're producing. So we can consider queuing up some more stuff. Which could be just like having more industrial capacity at this point. It's still early enough that I don't think it would be a problem. The hell? Boston. And New York. Oh, you're already capped. And then is this... no, that's Philadelphia. Baltimore. I mean, I'm just adding like one extra queue. Just a big serial job. But we'll get a few more going on there. And that'll be okay. And then we still have some we're going to be deploying piecemeal. I still want to build the infrastructure highway as well. And I see no reason like not to build all this stuff before the war starts. Like before we start building units. Seems fine. I think I'm going to want full infrastructure up and down the coast. Infrastructure takes very little IC, but takes a decent amount of time. It's not really showing me just barely what I have highlighted. I don't know if this will have any impact whatsoever on flowing goods out of my ports. Probably not. And since I'm not really planning on fighting in my own continent, this is probably completely unnecessary, but it's going to make me feel better. All the way down to Miami, and then we'll call that good enough. And then I'm going to build a highway to the danger zone. Oh, I don't think I actually need it in Wheeling. Whatever, it's there now. I'm just clicking on a province and then holding down F to queue up as much infrastructure as possible. I'm just going to make my way to the west coast. because this will help the flow of goods. Because infrastructure determines the maximum number of goods that can flow through a province on any given day. So you increase the overall throughput by having more infrastructure. There we go. All the way to the coast. And then up. Not terribly exciting, and again, I have no idea if this is even going to make any difference whatsoever. But I'll feel better. And at least this doesn't use up any of my manpower yet. But we are going to queue up some troops soon. Let me back down and go to the port here. And call that good enough, and then... south from San Francisco... through LA. I mean, we know Californians love to drive. And there we go. Ending in San Diego, which is where our fleet is actually positioned. Okay. Well, we're going to put a cut in this episode. It is June of 38. We've gone a year and a half already, and time will continue to fly very, very, very quickly for the USA because, again, we don't have a whole lot to do right now until war breaks out. But we are going to start producing some stuff. You can see the needed IC is like barely changed despite all the infrastructure queuing, which is kind of awesome. But yeah, we're gonna start building troops probably in the next episode. I'm just not exactly sure what that troop composition will be yet. See you next time, folks. Bye bye.